This is Rick. Today he didn't want to be filmed. But you pressed play again, so I sent him to Everest. He climbs without gear, just in warm clothes. Such ascents rarely end well. Without extra oxygen, the brain gets only a third of what it needs. Even experienced climbers get edema, hallucinations, and frostbite here. But Rick is not a climber. He just endures it. He started from base camp at 5,300 meters. Here, people sleep poorly and eat little. Their hearts beat twice as fast. This is only the start, but his body is already under strain. Rick crowds into his tent. A sleeping bag, instant noodles, and hot water from a thermos. It's minus 20 outside. At this altitude, there are no trees or animals, only ice, rocks, and wind. He barely sleeps at night. He feels nauseous, has a headache, and his joints ache. This is the start of altitude sickness. Air pressure here is half that at sea level. Oxygen is scarce and enters the blood poorly. His brain begins to swell. His blood thickens. Some people have seizures on such nights. Rick just has red eyes and numb toes. The next day, Rick climbs higher to 7,000 meters. Each step feels like slow motion, not due to snow, but his muscles lack oxygen. In this thin air, simple movement takes twice the effort. He barely eats. His body suppresses appetite to save energy from digestion. But without food, strength wanes. At this altitude, one loses a kilo daily, muscle and fluid, even at rest. Rick doesn't rest. He trudges through snow, sometimes sinking to his knees. Each breath is short and heavy. Rick doesn't breathe. He gasps for air. Wind cuts his skin through the mask. His eyes no longer focus well. The wind is the worst. On Everest, it makes the cold deadly. His body constantly loses heat, even under his clothes. Sweat evaporates instantly, taking warmth with it. Frostbite begins on Rick's toes. He can't feel the pads or move his pinky. This means his tissues are freezing, and he doesn't even know it. Rick walks along a snow cornice edge. One step aside means a 1,000-meter drop. At 8,000 meters, the death zone begins. This is no metaphor. There is so little oxygen that the body deteriorates even at rest. Brain, lung, and heart cells slowly die. Stay too long and you will die. Even trained athletes rarely spend over 16 hours here. Rick has been in this zone for 3 hours. He doesn't know vessels in his head are dilating. Fluid seeps into his brain tissue. This is the start of edema. But Rick just walks, very slowly. At this altitude, his body feels shut down. Rick barely understands where he is. He sees rocks, ropes, other footprints in the snow. His mind is empty. His breathing falters. His eyes swim. He starts to hear a hum, like an engine nearby. It's not a sound. It's blood roaring in his ears. For a second, he stops to catch his breath. His heart pounds wildly. Rick tries to speak aloud, but cannot form phrases. Speech is one of the first things to fail when the brain lacks oxygen. Rick finally reaches the summit. It's 8,848 meters high, Earth's highest point. Nothing alive here, just ice and wind. He pulls out a small flag and plants it in the snow. He smiles, but his eyes are glassy. Rick sways, then drops to his knees. Cerebral edema worsens. Vessels in his skull swell. Pressure builds. He coughs. A pink stain appears on the white snow. It's blood from his lungs, a bad sign. There's no hospital on Everest. If you feel ill, you must descend slowly. Rick turns, takes the first step down. His body disobeys. He feels like a puppet controlled by another. Falling into the abyss seems easiest now. His fingers won't bend. Rick can't open the carabiner. Everything once automatic now takes effort. His glasses fogged up, his mask shifted. Everything blurred into a white spot. Rick's cheeks frosted. His skin froze. He felt no cold or pain. His nerve endings failed. Rick did what was forbidden. He sat in the snow too. Rest for a minute. His eyes closed. His breathing slowed. He stopped moving. People are lost here forever this way. Without movement, a body quickly chills. Had no one been nearby, he would have died fast. But he was lucky. Climbers spotted him. Rick opened his eyes. He couldn't speak. They gave him an oxygen mask. They pulled him down. Only at camp did he grasp how close he came to death. Hundreds of bodies remain on Everest. They were like Rick, but less fortunate. They tried to descend, but failed. Their bodies are not recovered. It's too difficult. Retrieving a body risks another life. A few extra pounds can be deadly at that height. The dead remain where they fell. Some lie visible for decades. They even serve as landmarks. People say turn past the red jacket towards the yellow. Rick was lucky. He didn't become the next landmark. Climbing Everest without oxygen is one of humanity's toughest trials. At that altitude, your body degrades, even when standing still. Every step fights breathlessness, pain, cold, and yourself. Not everyone reaches the summit. Not everyone returns. Rick survived the death zone. That means he earned your like.